Okay, so I am live. Good day, everybody. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I am Peacekeeper, and I'm out here in the heart of nature. Here to share with you guys yet another powerful, inspirational, motivational, high vibrational message today. And today's message is all about how to find your purpose in life. How does one find their purpose in life? Well, without further ado, I'll just dive straight in to today's message. So for starters, what does it feel like to be living in your purpose? As a person who's currently living in their purpose, I can only explain to you guys my experience of what living in my purpose has brought forth for me thus far. So far, living in my purpose has brought me a number of different things. Example, living in my purpose has brought me a lot of synchronicities. What is a synchronicity? So for example, today, I was just thinking about something, just thinking about doing something. And before I could have even taken action to doing it, the universe actually brought it into my reality. So I was like, oh my, that is synchronicity. That is total alignment and total confirmation that I am right where I am supposed to be. Or another example can be like this. So, in terms of when it is you are in alignment to your purpose, you can also just be deciding to go down a pathway, a new road, a different track, and on that track, it can be a little sketchy, but as soon as you actually take the leap and you make that jump to go down that road, you find that everything is, falling into place. Everything is just flowing naturally. Another example today again with me. So I have a new job to do. No, not really job, but contract to do. And I was having a little setback. And I was there, just wondering how to figure out the solution to that setback. And I said to myself, okay, don't focus too much on that right now because there's not much that I can do at hand, but focus on what I can do, right? So in focusing what I can do and taking the actions that I need to implement at that present moment, I went on to doing what it is that I had to do. And then boom, a random stranger comes with the solution to the problem that I had before. And I was like, another synchronicity. So this is what it feels like, to be in alignment. You have a number of synchronicities. Everything just works in unison and continuous flow. Everything just continuously keeps unfolding the way it's meant to unfold for you. Another thing when you're living in purpose, yes, you will have to, use a lot of inner strength also to follow through with living in your purpose. But in using of this inner strength, you won't feel like it's like you're going against yourself. Whereas when you're not living in your purpose, hi, welcome. Thank you. You are appreciated very dearly, and thank you for being here yet again on another one of the live streams. I appreciate that. So what I was saying is that when it is that you are not aligned to your purpose, you can actually feel like you're going against yourself, where you don't actually want to do something, but you feel like if you have to do it. But if you actually do that, you are not going to feel good after doing it. You might feel like trash thereafter. You might feel like a part of you is literally being disobedient, not only to yourself, but to the divine. So these are signs that you are not connected to your purpose when it is you get those type of feelings. But on the other side, when it is that you are actually driven, motivated, and inspired to do something, you wake up excited to do that, because it is something that brings your soul fulfillment. It is something that brings... Okay, so I am back online. For some weird reason, every time I do all there's some type of technical difficulties. Oh my. The challenges of these live streams. But it's okay. So where was I? Are you guys hearing me? I'm back online. Have a comment just to make sure that I'm here again. Just to make sure that you guys are hearing me again. Hi. Are you guys hearing me? I'm not sure. Yes. Okay. So where was I? So I was speaking about purpose and how does it feel when you're living in purpose. That again, as an individual living in their purpose, living in your purpose, you feel joy and excitement to wake up to your day ahead of you, because you're excited to live the life that you actually choose to. The other side, you wake up and it's like you don't even want to get up off of your bed. You just want to lay there and just stay there. You would just love to just sleep, because you know what lies ahead of you. It's not something that your heart is really into. It doesn't really feel good when it is you move into that environment, or when it is you move towards that which you are about to do. So you find like you have to force yourself a lot to go down that road. That's an indication that you are not aligned to your purpose. That's an indication that you are not, following your divine calling. See, when it is you are actually following your divine calling, you will wake up with energy. It will kind of be like, even the night before, you may not even want to go to bed because you're so excited just for the next day to come. You're so excited to, just get to be able to get to tackle that task again, or if you are an artist, to create your art again, or if you are a musician, to just create your music again, just to finish that. Or let's just say you are a designer, a decorator, and you have a project, or a blueprint maker, things like this, or a carpenter, a cleaner. You will still be excited to go to your job. You will still be excited to do what it is that you have ahead of you. So this is an indication now. Once you're doing what you are meant to be doing, what your soul is aligned to, you it brings you a lot of inner peace, inner fulfillment. You no longer have to second guess if this is what it is you want for you, or if this is what it is that you choose for you. No, it's an inner knowing. It's a knowing that this is what I choose, this is what I want, and this is what I can see myself doing for the rest of my life. This is what I can see myself doing, even if I'm the only one doing it. You will still do it. You know, that's an indication that you are living in your purpose. How does one find their purpose? Well, this is also what the message is all about, right? So how does one find their purpose? Well, finding your purpose also stems from how well an individual can know themselves. You need to be able to know yourself like this. Back and front. Because the deeper you know yourself, the more you can be able to understand what is best for yourself and what brings you that feeling of fulfillment when it is you know yourself. So along my journey, I have done a number of different things to learn myself. Yeah. Along my journey, I've done a number of different things to learn myself. I had was to go through a number of different jobs where I did some woodworking. I even worked as a mechanic for a little bit. I even worked in a factory. I even worked in a fast food restaurant. I even worked in a grocery. I even worked in construction. I even worked as a cleaner. I did a lot of different jobs. I did a lot of different things along my earlier journey, you know, while finding my true purpose. And what was one of the main things that I've seen in a number of those different jobs that they all had in common that did not resonate with me was the mere fact that for me, my purpose is not to be, you know, just in one place. My purpose is not to be just, you know, situated and stuck in just one environment. My purpose is an alignment to, you know, being of service to the world, being of service to humanity, which will also mean that I'll need to be traveling the world, and I'll also need to be moving around. So I can't have a job that is holding me back and limiting me and tying me down to just one area or one place. That is not aligned to my purpose. That's what I realized with all of those jobs that I was, you know, going to and running to just for the money. And now, going through that and realizing that I was not in alignment to my purpose, now I see, okay, I need to cultivate a lifestyle that helps me to be flexible in terms of my mobility, a lifestyle that I can move around in life, and, you know, I still have, you know, that job, or that, well, not really a job, but it's a lifestyle. I still have my passion bringing in, you know, income for me at the same time. So I decided, you know, to create a tour guiding company. And since then I've been building that, since then I've been working on that, and it's not the best as I would like it to be, but this has its benefits, it has its pros, and it has its cons. And I'll share with you guys some of the pros and some of the cons in that, right? So some of the pros in starting my own tour guiding company and business is that I can meet a lot of new people on a regular. I can also give people the, you know, the experience to explore and just, you know, have a nice relaxing reset out here in nature, and, you know, can also just share different ways on how to, you know, detox and relieve yourselves from stress, and also different ways to connect to the divine, connect to Mother Nature, connect to God within oneself. So this is the benefits of it in terms of meeting a number of different people and also being of service, being of service to humanity in the way that I choose to be of service. I find like I can reach a lot of people that way physically because I am a physically interactive being. I love interacting with people and I love sharing knowledge and wisdom with people. I love to, just give people that, drive and motivation also to follow their passions, and what it is that I do for myself is what it is that I also enjoy giving back to the world. So this is what I do, and this is why I've decided to create that business. This is why I've decided to move in that direction. And to add to it, what I've found is that I am also gaining new experiences on my own behalf, getting to see new places, new sites, new environments, and it's working. So the cons of building your own business now. Let's talk about the cons. In building a business from scratch, in building your own business and doing your own thing and starting off something from a blueprint and building it from the ground up, it takes time to build things like that. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of trial and error. It takes a lot of mistakes. It takes a lot of inner force, inner push. So there are times where I even feel like giving up on that business. There are times that I feel like, okay, no, this is not it, but I know that's what my soul, is really brings my soul fulfillment, joy, and drive. So even in the times where I feel like giving up on it, I know it's what's best for me, and I know it's what I really and truly want. So regardless of what, I still continuously keep choosing it. I still continuously keep choosing it because it's what I have chosen for me. It's not what anybody else has chosen for me. It's not what anybody else has told me that I should be doing with my life. It's not what anybody else has, told me that, hey, you should do this because you get a lot of money for that. It's not nothing like that whatsoever. It's what I've chosen to do because even if I'm not getting paid for that, I do that. And this is what I was doing before I turned it into a business. I used to take people on tours for free. I just charge people now for doing that. And this is the beauty of it too. It takes time though to build the clientele and to build that reputation, especially in the 3D world. It takes time to build that rep. So this is where, you have to continuously keep marketing, and you have to continuously keep putting yourself out there. You have to continuously keep venturing into new places, and you have to continuously keep meeting new people to bring forth and take on new adventures. So that's the challenge. It's just to find the right people, but not just find the right people, but also to be consistent at it with all of the critics. There's a lot of critics out there. There are a lot of people who aren't doing anything with themselves, who aren't doing anything with their lives, just doing the same thing over and over, minding everybody else's business. They have no business of their own. The only business they have is to mind other people's business. And here what's the funny thing about that? They now tend to try to exploit and try to make their lives even more difficult because they find that, because they are unhappy within themselves and within their lives, that nobody else should be happy. Nobody else should be doing good in their lives. Or let's say the mere fact that somebody else is getting better than them, they also find that, nah, they should not get better than me because they want to remain on the top. They don't want to come down from their hierarchy position, especially people in the matrix. They don't. They always want to have dominion, power, and control over things that they have absolutely no control over. And this is why I say, the truth in dealing with even that side of the fence while building your business is to continuously still keep focus on your business. I just shared, some of the things that you need to look out for and pay attention to, because there are people like that out there. As much as you're positive, as much as you're pushing that, goodness and bringing forth something creative for the world and something that is best suitable not just for you, but for the people in your environment, for the people in your community. This is something that, hey, some people just cannot deal with. Some people can't handle that level of goodness. Some people can't handle that level of shine, because they know that you will bring up, not just a generation, but generations will follow you. They know that. They know that, hey, what it is that you can become can be very powerful, and they are afraid of your power. So this is why, as for an individual out there, pursuing your passion and finding your purpose, know that when you're doing it big in life and when you have big dreams, this is the time in where, now I got to say this because this is what has happened to me through living in my purpose. You really and truly get a lot of challenges. Like, these challenges come because they actually want you to not follow or pursue your passion. So what kind of happens here when you're making this? It's also a timeline jump and a timeline shift. They try to inflict doubt and fear onto you that it wouldn't work out. So this is where you may end up, you may be around people that may tell you things like that too. They might just tell you that, if it is you continuously keep, trying to build that business, or if you're trying to make a living out of that business is not something that can sustain your family or can sustain your future. That's their fears. That's their flaws. That's their own insecurities. And what I've realized is that I can either attach myself to their insecurities, or I can decide, okay, here what? I have the option now to still stay true to me, still believe in me, still stay focused on where I'm headed, or give in to the critics. And I've done that before. I've given in countless times and regretted it. So now I've realized that, would you rather regrets of not following your purpose, or would you rather having no regrets whatsoever for following your purpose? So I'll just try to get some shelter here because rain just started to fall, and I'll just try to shelter under a tree somewhere. Is this good enough shelter? Hey, there's some balize over there. Go shelter under some balize. And this is the beauty of being in nature, making a video. The rain can start to fall and now I have to run for shelter, right? This is good enough shelter. So are you guys hearing me correctly, clearly still? Still here? Any questions, anything that has been misunderstood, anything that you need a little bit more clarity on, feel free to say and I'll just, update. Or should I just close this message off and be out of here? Let me know in the comment section. Yes, another live stream. Let me know if you guys would like me to go live again some other time. I'll continue these lives and I'll keep it coming. I'll keep it consistent because I'm not just building a business out here, in physical form. I'm also building a business and a family here online with you guys, so I also inspire you guys, to tune in, let's stick together and let's be on this journey of becoming our best versions together in this present moment. We can continue to elevate and grow and work towards cultivating more beauty in our lives and work on, tuning ourselves more to our purpose and aligning ourselves to our purpose. Definitely. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I will do my best moving forward, guys. This weather is not the best of weather to be in, so I'll be out for now, and I hope you guys enjoy this message. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a beautiful, lovely, wonderful day. Remember to keep on an optimistic mind when pursuing your passions, when it is that you have found what your purpose is. Keep an optimistic mind, and remember that the great things in life takes time. Nothing in this life ever really and truly comes easy, especially when it is something that you actually want for you and something that you actually desire. It doesn't really come easy, but once you are in alignment to it, you do get a lot of synchronicities that you're on the right path. But just right before you are about to receive that which is that you have been working towards, bear in mind, guys, there are some big tests that will come. And I'm telling you, I've encountered these tests like about a couple times, and I really and truly rolled over a little bit. But now that I actually know for a fact what it looks like and what to look out for, which is when the negative and the critics and all of the, the naysayers are coming in, that's the time that all of what it is I've been working towards is actually manifesting the most for me. And I want you to know that's also an indication that you are on the right path too. When everybody else or everything else may seem like it's not working for you, or it may seem like okay, you shouldn't do this at this point in time, and this is what your soul is really and truly feeling happy in doing, that's where you gotta stick it out. That's where you gotta rough it out. And after you rough it out, synchronicity after synchronicity. Smooth sailings. There'll still be other tests and challenges and obstacles, because one thing I've learned about the divine and the creator is that we will always be tested. That's just to keep us here. That's just to keep us in our awareness. That's just to keep us moving forward. That's just to keep us centered, aligned, and balanced. That's the importance of the lessons that the divine continuously shows us. And that's just the flow of the circadian rhythm of life. The waves, the ups and the downs, and the little snake dance, the kundalini rising in your body. That's how it is. Life is never really a straight line. Life is always a flow. Like, for instance, look at the ocean. The ocean is always a constant pull and flow. Pull and flow. Pull and flow. So when it is you get that little pull, sometimes you just got to roll with that pull. Roll with it, because you don't know where that pull might lead you. And it may just be leading you in the direction that you are meant to be. So allow that pull, and then you will see where the flow takes you thereafter. That's the beauty of, the ups and the downs, the backs and the fronts. So peace, love, and harmony to you all, guys. One love. Yet again, I hope you guys enjoy this message. And for you who has just joined in, what are you talking about? So I'm actually ending the live stream, so you will have to recite this message, rewatch this message so that you can get the whole view of it and you can understand what the topic was about thoroughly. Hope you guys enjoy this message yet again. Tap that like button and share this. Someone else out there may need to hear this. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I'm out.